have to take this. Alpha secure. Losing Alpha. Domination. Capture the objective. Securing Bravo.
Alright. Let's see. Alright. So the main thing I want to talk about in this video is the effect that skill-based matchmaking, which I'm going to refer to it as Sbmm, has on video games. Because, as you all know if you play Modern Warfare, the Sbmm in Modern Warfare is stronger than it's ever been in Call of Duty. And Modern Warfare is one of the most unplayable games at the moment. It is so unbelievably sweaty. Every match, you feel like you're playing fucking CDL League, right? Because every match, you know, everybody's running meta weapons, fucking just sweating their asses off trying to get a gameplay in. Because fucking, it's impossible. It really is. Like, everybody just fucking tries their ass off every game. And so the Cold War Alpha obviously came out today, right? And for the first about 3 hours or so of it, it was the most fun I've had in Call of Duty in a good couple years. In terms of graphics, this game is not as good as Modern Warfare, right? There's a lot of downgrades in terms of graphics, animations, stuff of that nature, right? But in terms of like the way the game plays, like the aggressive playstyles are much more rewarding in this game. It's just a fun game overall, right? But after the first 3 hours, man, that's when the fucking Sbmm started to kick in. And if you go on Twitter or any sort of social media right now, you will see Sbmm trending, because the same thing is happening to everybody else. Everyone was having a blast playing the alpha when it first came out, because you were getting a wide assortment of lobbies. You know, you were getting easy lobbies, but you were also getting players on the enemy team that were relatively equal to your skill level. So it was fun lobbies with still a certain level of competitiveness. Now, granted, the first couple lobbies you'll play of this game will be easy as shit. To a certain extent, I'm wondering if there were bots maybe implemented. Because if you go to my two most recent videos that I posted about Cold War, you know, those were not hard games. Like, I was able to drop a good amount of kills, you know, and not being forced to sweat, like just kind of just chilling out and enjoying the game for what it is. Now, this lobby isn't necessarily the best example of what I'm talking about with the Sbmm being unbearable, but after that first 3 hours of playing the game, like, that's when the Sbmm kicked in, right? and the game immediately started feeling like Modern Warfare. Like, not in the sense of like, the necessarily like, you know, fucking, because obviously mobility and gunplay is vastly different than Modern Warfare, but the way people play the game, like everybody's running, as you know, this gun that I'm running right here, the AK-74U, because it's the best gun in the game by far. It just kills faster than everything else, and so everybody was having fun, you know, running whatever the hell they want in their lobbies, and then fucking the SBMM kicked in. Every lobby was becoming an absolute sweat fest. You have to run the AK-74U. You have to fucking play like your life depends on it, just so you don't go negative or get absolutely destroyed. Because every person in the lobby is equal or better than your skill level. Yeah, as you can see, basically everybody's running the 74U. I actually feel retarded for using it, so I'm gonna switch weapons, but it is literally mind-boggling how much the game changed in that probably 5 or so hours that I played. The first 3 hours, like I said, were fun as shit. Some of the most fun I've ever had on Call of Duty, right? But as soon as that SBMM kicked in, man, it's literally Modern Warfare PTSD. Just the way it feels. Like, it's that just absolute just migraine that you get from trying to play that game, being forced to focus so hard every match just to get a decent gameplay. It's really depressing, honestly. And it's the most shocking thing about it is just how vastly different the experience changed so quickly. Like this lobby's not a super good example, but the last lobby I was in, like, literally just unbelievable. It was on a satellite, everybody running AK-74U. I was trying to hit some snipes right, but fucking it's just, man, it is unbearable trying to play this game with SBMM being that strong. And look, it's not about every lobby being easy, right? It's good to have competitive lobbies, right? But every now and then you just want to chill out. Like, you know, it's fucking night right now. Every now and then you just want to chill out with your friends at night and use whatever the hell you want and just play, right? Just enjoy your experience and not fucking play like it's competitive. But when you have SBMM in a game, every game you play becomes a competitive playlist. And like the dumbest thing about Modern Warfare to me is the fact that they have a whole CDL competitive playlist and they still implement SBMM into the regular lobbies too. Like, you need to implement some sort of separation into it, because you can always argue that SBMM helps bad players, right? Because they're not being put into good lobbies. But if bad players are constantly put against other bad players, then their rate of improvement, in my opinion, is going to be much slower than it will be if they get an assortment of lobbies against players that are better than them. So they adapt to a play style that fits more of like better players, I guess. Here, we'll see if we'll get a lobby that's unbearable to play on, because this one isn't terrible, right? But it's certainly not as enjoyable as it was earlier. But the reason I'm making this video is just because I'm sick and tired of it, man. Like, I thought it was gonna be enough, you know, that they changed the streaks, you know, to benefit a more aggressive play style. I thought that by adapting the ghost perk to work against camping, all this stuff, all these passive play styles that made Modern Warfare so annoying, I thought that was gonna be enough, right? But the SBMM, man, it really is unbearable. Like, it's just too much. Not being able to fucking just chill out, like, the fact that you have to sweat to get a good gameplay is just really sad. Like, 16-11, it's not terrible, right? But, like, I'm just chilling talking, right? And granted, I'm not playing terrible in this match either. I'm not playing amazing, right? But if I just want to chill and talk and make a YouTube video like I am right now, right? In these lobbies, you know, I'm getting last place. I have to focus, basically, right? And it's just, it really is kind of sad. Like, because, again, like, when we were first playing Cold War Alpha earlier today, like, there's significant, like, don't get me wrong here, there's significant downgrades for Modern Warfare. The graphics are not as good, animations aren't as clean, mobility feels much clunkier, every weapon feels relatively the same. Modern Warfare really broke ground in terms of the Call of Duty franchise, like, just really excelling in animations. Every gun has its own personality, every gun has a different feel, different use, right? Which not every, granted, you don't have to have every gun have a different use, right? But it's much more interesting to have every gun feel different than it is to have every gun feel the same, right? But aside from animations and graphics, the way this game plays, like the aggressive playstyles, is really, really fun in comparison to what you have on Modern Warfare, because one of the biggest things is definitely maps, because now granted, Miami is a terrible map. I will not even give Miami the benefit of a doubt there, because that is clearly a Battlefield Hardline Rainbow inspired map, and it is just not fun to play on. But Satellite, right, this map right here, this is my favorite map. This map is so fun to play on. What I just played on was Moscow, and that's a very fun map as well. But just the way the maps are designed, and like the way they've shifted the meta or attempted to add things to help aggressive playstyles, has just made playing aggressive feel so much more rewarding and fun in this game. So that's one of the biggest things that sets it apart from Modern Warfare right off the get-go, right? It's just, it's more enjoyable, right? Okay, see, here's a prime example of one of the problems with this game right now. One of the developers for this game already said on Twitter, like, they purposely buff snipers for the beta, so they're not going to be, or for the alpha, I mean, so they're not going to be as good when the beta comes out or when the actual game comes out, right? But like you just saw, snipers are broken right now. They have insane ADS speed, insane damage, barely any glint. You're not going to know where you're being shot at from if someone takes a snipe at you. The aim assist is unbelievable. I'm pretty sure the hit scan on the snipers is broken a little bit, because I'll upload some clips later of it, but when we were playing earlier, like, a lot of times it feels like you can take snipes at people and the snipes won't actually line up, but you'll still get the kill and it'll act as if it hit. Overall, and there's no flinch in this game, right? Which no flinch is definitely a good thing overall, in my opinion. It's really annoying to get killed by someone because you shoot them and their flinch lines up a lucky headshot for them, right? But snipers, the way they are already, makes them extremely easy to use, extremely easy to quick scope, get quick kills with, right? But the addition of not having flinch makes it that much easier to line up those kills. So like what you saw before when I started talking about this is, I start shooting at someone, just absolutely unloading my AR on someone with a sniper, and they're able to easily just quick scope on me and kill me immediately. So sniper should definitely be rewarding in the sense that, you know, if you hit your shots, if you can hit your shots, you're getting kills, right? But it's definitely a little bit ridiculous that, you know, you can get absolutely unloaded on by an AR and just snipe as if nothing's happening. It's a little bit ridiculous, right? Snipers are definitely fun right now, but, and obviously while that's not balanced, it definitely is something fun about the game, because again, it helps with the aggressive playstyles. More people are playing aggressive now than they were in Modern Warfare, but just having the aggressiveness and adapted playstyles is not enough to excuse skill-based matchmaking. Like, look, this isn't the hardest lobby ever right now that I'm playing in, right? And again, I'll upload some of the gameplays that were super hard later, but if you were to, again, check out my videos from earlier, if you were to compare the lobbies, it is unbelievable how the difference between what it was like to play, you know, 6 hours ago than it is now. Like, the Sbmm really kicked in. I think a lot of people are saying about 30 matches in or so is where the skill-based matchmaking starts kicking in, because their algorithms have been implemented at that point. I'll rip out a sniper and see if I can hit some stuff, but it's just, the change is this monumental. It's unbelievable, and so it's just really unfortunate. That's why I'm making this video, because it was so fun earlier, and this game has so much potential. Like, this game, like, while it's not gonna break any ground in terms of visual effects, like aesthetically pleasing aspects, right? In terms of just being like, the game's gonna have a lot more longevity is what I'm getting at, because it's so much more rewarding than Modern Warfare. Just to play, you can a lot of different play styles work. You can camp, obviously, right? They've nerfed camping, right, which is definitely a good thing. But you can people who aren't as skilled, right, can still camp, play relatively decently, and it not be as annoying. See, like that. Like, there's no way that snipe hit. I'm gonna admit that, because it did not look like that snipe hit, but I still get the kill off of it. But anyways, back to the subject matter. Like, camping has definitely been nerfed, right? But it's still relatively viable for people who want to play that slower pace type style of gameplay, right? But it's the main point is it's more balanced, because you can still have that aggressive playstyle and enjoy yourself, because map designs and various things, you know, like the way Ghost works, and stuff like that, allows you to both, allows campers to still, you know, they can still try to camp, right, but aggressive players aren't going to get, punished for trying to play aggressive as hard as in Modern Warfare. But skill-based matchmaking, like, that's what's really doing it, because now granted, in skill-based matchmaking in Modern Warfare, a lot of what results from that is camping. People camping because they feel they have to, trying to play against playing lobbies that are extremely hard, right? But in this game, the problem is Modern Warfare, while it's unbalanced in terms of a lot of guns, there's a lot of different guns that are broken and you can use, right? In this game, when you run into these sweat lobbies, 90% of what you're going to see is the AK-74U, because it's better than every gun by a lot, like, oh shoot, by a fucking large amount. Like, it just lasers. It's an SMG, and if you can control the recoil well, which it's not hard to control, you can laser people across the map just as well as you could with an AR. And so you're gonna run into a lot of fucking, you know, now while the perk system is very nice, you know, you can run a shit ton of different perks if you run the right stuff. You can run perks like Dead Silence and Ghost. UAVs at this point are almost worthless, because so many people are running Ghost and Dead Silence, or Ghost and Ninja, right? That what is this called? The stupid, whatever the hell this is called, the fucking whatever tracks footsteps or whatever when they're in the radius. That and Ghost or get that and the UAV are basically worthless, because so many people are running Ghost at this point that fucking they just don't have any effect at all. Now granted, the streak system is very nice in this game. I was surprised with how well it turned out, considering how vastly they changed the system. Oh shoot. But man, it's just really frustrating to try to play, to sweat every match, to have to play super focused every match, because, you know, I could be doing better this match, right, if I weren't just talking and making video, right? But that's not the point. You know, I just want to chill every now and then. That's what the purpose of just, that's why there's separation between competitive and regular playlists. Regular playlists are not meant to be super aggressive and hardcore in terms of skill level. Like, it's just supposed to be an experience that you can enjoy and chill out to, at least in my opinion, because that's what COD has been for most of its lifespan, up until Modern Warfare. When Sbmm really started to get stronger, they started using different systems, increasing it. Hopefully, I'm hoping though, with all the reception they're getting about skill-based matchmaking, because they do seem to be caring a lot about what the players are saying. And this is not even mainly a Treyarch thing, this is an Activision thing, because Activision will do whatever they can to get to sell as many units as possible, because Activision's greedy as shit. But I'm hoping even you know, like, not even necessarily remove SBM entirely, because games like BO3, right, even dating back that far, like 5 years ago, they still have skill-based matchmaking, right? It's just the level of it is so much less ridiculous than it is in Modern Warfare in this game, because this game is using the same system of SBMM as Modern Warfare, because, you know, while they're switching fucking from Infinity to Ward to Treyarch, it's still Activision's still in the loop, right? And Activision is the main one making the decisions when it comes to this. But it just makes the game so much less enjoyable. Like, oh shit. Because the worst part is, like I've been saying, you know, it's just the fact that even though they've implemented all this stuff to, you know, help with aggressive play styles, like balancing shit out, making everything a much more balanced experience overall, right? Even doing that, SBMM almost undoes it to the point where it feels like you're playing Modern Warfare, because the experience is just so hardcore, like aggressive, just not aggressive in terms of like playstyle, but like you have to, like, you think you're playing in a fucking tournament or some shit, because everybody's trying to get a gameplay and everybody's an equal skill level, and it just doesn't work like it should. Like, on paper, SBMM is a good thing, right? For the most part, but it just doesn't work. Like, it makes the games less enjoyable, and on top of it, this can lead to ping issues, because it'll, you know, if the only person it can find to match you up with who's the same skill level as you is halfway across the world or some shit with a terrible ping, then that inadvertently affects your whole lobby, because the only players it can find, because the SBMM system is so strong, so specific in who it matches you up against, that your lobbies can be filled with, you know, a lot of times it can be hackers, which was one of the problems in Modern Warfare. Not as much if you turn off cross-platform on console, but ping issues as well, like I've been saying, because it's so specific in the players that you're not going to necessarily get matched up against someone who's going to be beneficial to your lobby by any means, or not beneficial, but just, you know, something that the lobby can handle. But if it's so specific that everybody just gets in your lobby that has terrible pings, it makes for a terrible experience trying to play, because you'll get ping abuse, you know, people glitching around and shit, which I haven't noticed too much of in this game yet, but it definitely is a problem that I've experienced in Modern Warfare before. And, you know, seeing as they run on the same I don't know what this glitch is with this spectating. Okay, there we go. But it's just overall detrimental to games. Like, you've seen it in other games too. SBMM ruins games. People in Fortnite hate themselves right now because of the way skill-based matchmaking is. Skill-based matchmaking ruined Apex Legends. It just ruins everything it touches, because video games are meant to be something that you just, in my opinion at least, and I feel like in the opinion of a lot of people, just something you're meant to chill on, you know, relax in and have fun. But when you're required to play like super oh shit, what, yeah, sound design is a little bit of a problem in this game, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, it's not that, like, I don't know, footsteps are, it's a little bit unclear as in terms of directional sounds. Guns, like, I don't know really how to explain. I think the overall way to explain it is just sounds are a little bit unclear in this game. Oh my god, there we go with the snipers. But like, when you're getting shot at, it's a lot of times it's unclear as to what's actually happening. Like, you'll be dead, like you can get absolutely lasered killed by something and it feels like absolutely nothing happened, because the sounds are very light in comparison to Modern Warfare. TTK though, I will say, is very good in this game. Feels very balanced. It's like the perfect balance between Black Ops 4 and Modern Warfare. Which is surprising because I thought it would be a little too much like Black Ops 4. But it's actually really good. Shit.
Hostile spy plane established overhead.
But fucking no, I'm gonna take off this. I'm not really sure how I feel about the shotguns now that I think about it, because, you know, this Sbmm 12, I'm not exactly sure why it's this fucking just high rate of fire, like absolute fucking bullet hose. It's not that I dislike it, but I feel like shotguns are going to be a little bit unused, just like how they were in Black Ops 4, because the system of like having shotguns as secondaries, they've done it in Black Ops 4, they've done it in this game, and in both games, it just... Shotgun, like, you just don't end up using them that much. Like, at this point, in Call of Duty, just the franchise as a whole, people don't seem to be using secondaries too much anymore. They don't have as active as a role. And so, the two shotguns we have are the Sbmm 12, and then I forgot what the other one's called, but it's more of a Model 680 type, if you know what I'm talking about, from Modern Warfare. Just a slower rate of fire, more focused on damage. What the? Wow, camping back in spawn.
Enemy RCXD detected.
Yeah, so they're playing a little bit campy, which is unfortunate. Yeah, but that's kind of my overall feelings about this game. Like, I think it has the potential to be one of the most fun COD games in the past probably 5 years. But Sbmm is making it harder to enjoy for most of the time. And it's not like anybody who's, you know, talking shit about Sbmm has a problem with getting you know, like well-matched lobbies, like hard lobbies, right? But the problem is with it, it's just every game you play, just sweat, you know, play the best you possibly can every game, and it just doesn't, it makes it annoying, man. Like, I get a headache every time I do it because it's so frustrating to have to focus so hard every game. And I feel like overall, when you're not playing competitive COD, the goal of COD is just to create a fun, like, chill experience for you and your friends. And especially when you're with your friends, Sbmm seems to have a worse effect, because you'll get partied up with, you know, you'll get in lobbies where with other people who are partied up and might actually be trying very hard, when really in reality you and your friends are just trying to, you know, just play together and enjoy the game. So I doubt their solution can be to remove Sbmm in general, because I just don't see that happening under Activision's supervision. But oh my god, that Sbmm 12 destroyed me. But, you know, at least reducing it to an amount maybe like Black Ops 3 will already do significant things to for the enjoyability of the game. Because Black Ops 3, you know, there's Sbmm, like, you'll get into, to a certain extent, like, there's certain what would you call it, I guess filters that it automatically imposes on matchmaking, but it is nothing in comparison to what they've done for this game in Modern Warfare. Like, every lobby is just so, like, specifically catered to your skill level and, like, opponents who are, like, higher skill levels. And again, it's not a bad thing on paper, man, but COD, I just don't feel that COD, like, that has any sort of place in just casual COD. What was he running? The Tundra there. The Tundra was very nice. I'm actually gonna pick up this guys and see. Yeah, I'm not too good with the snipers. Once if I get used to them more, should be able to get some better gameplays with them. But the game is in a pretty good place right now. Like there's definitely some polishing they can do, which I do believe they'll do. Make some polishing, but we're only a month. We're like a month and a half away from official release, right? And there's really not much they can do in a month and a half to fix polishing issues. And again, like the main concern is obviously is the game fun to play, but certain graphical issues in this game are a little bit ridiculous, considering they claim that it's next gen or whatever. Here, like, I'll go into a specific building and try to show you what I'm talking about specifically.
Enemy spy plane inbound.
So that painting looks good. There's some paintings and wall textures. They look really messed up.
Targeting active. Artillery inbound.
Well, I can't find necessarily anything right this minute, but this game, the way the designs of the maps are much more similar to Black Ops 4, obviously, because it is a Treyarch game. And again, if this game being more fun to play than Modern Warfare is already enough to make it a very enjoyable experience, right? But it is just a little bit unsettling that a game like Modern Warfare can break so many boundaries when it comes to animations and shit for the COD franchise, and then the next year they take a step backwards because they're already charging more for this game because it's next gen, but you're getting less work was put into a game that they're charging you more for. And again, obviously, if the game's fun, people are gonna play it. I'm gonna play it if the game's very fun. I do think it's more fun than Modern Warfare, but I just don't think it should be them reducing the quality of animations and the look of the game is something that should be just accepted fully, because then we'll always get duped out of better stuff, because if we accept paying more for less, then they're going to continue to do that, right? So like Exoghost was saying, if you guys know who Exoghost is, you should probably check out his channel. He's an insane Call of Duty player, right? He was talking about how fucking Infinity Ward and Treyarch should make the next COD game together using Infinity Ward's engine, not necessarily engine, but graphics designs, animations, and all that. Because if you guys play Modern Warfare, you'll know what I'm talking about. Reload animations, the insane detail put into that game. It's just it's really amazing. I'll just give you one example. Depending on the gun you're using, the type of ammo, depending on the type of ammo, it'll have a different effect on the ground. You'll shoot the ground with a gun with 5.56 ammo, right? It'll have a different effect on the ground than when you shoot 7.62, for example. Bullet cartridges make different sounds when they hit the ground based on the type of bullet it is. The sound of bullet cartridges hitting the ground is different depending on the biome of the map that you're playing on. Just insane graphical details, the smoke coming out of guns after you fire, the fluidity of how the guns play and what they look like while you're using them is insane. So if you couple that with this type of aggressive gameplay, the streak system, you take this type of gameplay, right, and you give it insane animations. Guns have more personality. Not every gun feels the same, not every gun sounds the same, not every gun, all that type of stuff. You give these you let Infinity Ward handle all the animation things, you let Treyarch handle the gameplay, right? The game would could easily be one of the best games in the COD franchise as a whole, because each of them, they both, they're like polar opposites. Each of them achieves something the other can't. Infinity Ward achieves, the beauty of a game, graphics, animations, gunplay, fluidity, right? but playing the game is annoying as shit. This game, you know, the animations are downgraded. Look at that. Like the textures are not very good. And again, it is an alpha, but we're only a month and a half away from release, so I'm not sure how much the change they can actually make. And if they do make changes, it's more likely going to happen after the game is released, right? So instead of yeah, Treyarch's the opposite in that their animations aren't nearly half as good, right? But their gameplay is more fun because it caters to, you know, it's more of a classic COD aggressive style. So if you were to put those together, you'd have a really, really good game. And again, this game is not bad by any means. This game is really fun to play, but Sbmm is something that has ruined Modern Warfare. It's going to ruin this game. Like, it's literally an alpha, guys. It's a fucking alpha. And they already have this extensive matchmaking system based on skill. Like, that's... It's just unsettling that Activision is going to such lengths to try to, you know, implement such a system. But overall, you know, if you're watching this video, let me know what you think in the comments. Oh shit, is that a guy?
Stun.
I'll just try to go for a better gameplay this last match. But that about concludes my thoughts about the state of Cold War so far in the alpha, how it plays, you know, comparisons to Modern Warfare. I think it's a great game. You know, I'm not sure. Obviously, I shouldn't be making too many big assumptions about, you know, the state of game yet, because it's still alpha, obviously. But the way the game is played is just very fun. I mean, there we go, fucking AK-74U, like, just, and I guess that kind of supports the point, like, the shit they're doing against camping is definitely good, but it doesn't stop it fully. Like, don't. Yeah. So this is one of the main problems I'm talking about now, just because I'm getting sidetracked here. Like, this is kind of unacceptable. Like, you will not see, like, okay, well now it's loaded in a bit, but the fact that I can be that close to it and it's just not registering that well, and I think shit like this will be changed, right? But Modern Warfare's alpha was extensively better looking than this, and the alpha came out even earlier than this one in terms of like how close it is to the release date. But you know, stopping there, because obviously I don't want to get, I've already gone through this a lot, but you know, it does a lot of that. You can tell Treyarch really listened to complaints people had about Modern Warfare and their past games. But yeah, I mean, if they were to just, you know, remove or reduce Sbmm, a lot of the problems, you know, graphical problems obviously it wouldn't be as much of a problem, right? But like, not that there's even any correlation between that, but like, when you're playing, like, Sbmm makes the game so much more frustrating, so then you're more tempted to get annoyed about, you know, small things in the game because you're already not enjoying the experience. Like Infinity Ward and Treyarch, both in different ways, have listened to the community and done things that have significantly improved the state of the COD franchise in the past 2 years. Oh shoot. See, what are these sounds?
Heads up, Fred.
Oh, he died. Right, and they both have their problems, obviously, right? But if they were to removing skill-based matchmaking could literally solve, I guarantee, like 90% of the problems with each game, because obviously Modern Warfare would still have a much more slower pace style in different situations, right? But removing the skill-based matchmaking would already, like, you could still, Modern Warfare could be fun, right? And still have a more tactical playstyle, modern playstyle, than your regular COD game. And it could still be fun, but the tactical playstyle in combination with, like, tough-ass lobbies is just really hard to enjoy. Like this match, I'm doing terrible, right? You can see everybody on the enemy team's using AK-74U. Like obviously, I'm not trying super hard, but it's just kind of how it is when you have Sbmm, because everybody's gotta, in order to do their best, they gotta use the overpowered shit. They gotta use whatever they can to make it easiest for them to, you know, play well in a hard lobby. Yeah, now see, when I was tracking him behind that bus, that's all aim assist. The aim assist in this game is insane in comparison to Modern Warfare. Treyarch always has a lot of aim assist in their games for whatever reason, which is part of what's making what's the problem with snipers right now, because they're just very easy to use in general.
Enemy grenade.
But obviously, you know, this isn't the most entertaining gameplay, but I just thought I'd have this in the background, you know, for so I could just, you know, discuss my thoughts about the state of the game so far. Oh my god, man, AK-74U. Like, it's not even like I'm necessarily playing these gunfights badly, because I don't really think I am, but it's just like, you know, I'll start shooting, you know, kind of before that guy. Granted, I did miss a shot or two, but the AK-74U just lasers faster. And for the most part, the balancing is not bad in this game at all. Like, balancing is pretty good, but the 74U definitely dominates in comparison to a lot of guns. Yeah, but that's about it for my thoughts. You know, I'll just try to finish this game, you know, hopefully get some more kills before it ends, so it's a relatively okay gameplay. But, you know, if I think of anything, I'll definitely talk about it. Oh shit.
Field mic commencing operation.
I can't even trust the field mic though, like, everybody's got Ghost on. Wait, is there an enemy team? Yeah, so that's what, when I was talking about Miami being bad earlier, this is kind of what I meant, like, and a lot of people are talking about this. Miami is just a little too big. Like, it is very, like, rare to find a good amount of enemies
Tally, enemy C4.
concentrated in a specific area. Like, oh shit,
Tagged
I'm
and
gonna
back.
get down here before
Enemy throwing
stun shit.
throwing stun.
See, I don't even know what the hell is going on here. Oh my god, 74U. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna fucking edit all this shit out. This is annoying as shit.